Hello, good afternoon to all. My name is Siddharth Ajay Sharma and I am pursuing full stack web development course from Almabetter. And in this course, I am going to explain you the module 2 project, which is front end development, and I have chosen the project of flashcard generator out of these all the projects. So going through the questions given for this project is I have to use three pages, which is create flashcard page, my flashcard page, and flashcard details page. I have to make these three pages, and I have to use React router DOM for routing through different URLs, and I have to use React Redux for maintaining the states of the variable, and I have to use React icon for placing the icons in the web page, and I have to use Formic for form submission and changes of the inputs of the form, and I have to use Tailwind CSS for styling the web page. So the create flashcard page will look like this, and the my flashcard page is look like this. The my flashcard page has different cards which shows the group image and the paragraph and the number of cards itself, and it has and the one button for view cards in details. So if the user clicks on view cards, they redirected to the flashcard detail page, and if the web page would also have the share button, download button, and print button. So I implemented the share button successfully, and rest of all the buttons we have to make functioning in future growth, and one model should appear when clicked on the share button. So to complete this project, the tech stack used by me is React.js, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Tailwind CSS, and one Cloudinary services provided by Cloudinary. So using Cloudinary is not my decision. When I am doing this project, I have to submit I have to submit the image selected by the user to the local storage. So while submitting the local image to the local storage are not able to submit this image because image file is large. So I use Cloudinary to get the image URL and use those URL into my project and store in the local storage. So the local storage stores the image URLs from the Cloudinary. So Cloudinary is the best tools to submit our image from the web and get their URL easily. So the local storage will not be affected. So let's going to describe the URL the UI of the projects made by me. So this is my home page, and the home page has the nav bar. This nav bar is in all the three pages. This nav bar is in the create new page. This nav bar is also in my flashcard page, and this nav bar is also in flashcard details page. So this web page is fully responsive. When I am going to describe you the responsiveness of this page, I have pressed the Ctrl Shift I keys to show you the responsiveness of the page. So if the responsiveness of this page is done in small devices and desktop devices, if the user opens this web page in small devices, it is look like this. See how much the gaps and paddings are maintained in the low end devices and desktop devices. Now I am going to demonstrate you my project flow and user experience when user opens this URL. When user opens this URL, the user will look like this UI. So user have to put an input group, that is create group, and it has to add some description, and user will select the image from the browser from their device like this. The user selected the image can be edited also. If it clicks on edit button, then it can choose another image and it will show directly to the UI. So to do this, we have used the formic and use state hooks. So when the user clicks on edit button, we are clicking on the input button indirectly using use ref hooks. After the submission of this, the user will fill the terms values and definition values, and user will also select the another image for their terms. So I will selecting this image as a terms, and if the user is satisfied with one term, it can submit the form. But if any user wants more terms to add in the create group, it can do easily like this. It can select any image from the device. So I am selecting another resume as an image, and I am clicking on create button. So when clicking on create button, the form resubmission will be possible. So I have enabled some functionality in this button also. When user clicks on create button, the create button will be disappear and no resubmission of same form will be possible. So clicking on this button will be disappeared, and we will redirected to the my flashcard directory. Here I will redirected in my flashcard directory. So flashcard directory is also a responsive directory. If we see this web page in mobile view, the flashcard will look like this. If user clicks on the view cards, it will shows the cards. Here the image is not selected or rendered with use state. So this flashcard has two terms. The active terms is background colored as red, and inactive terms are background in default. So when the user also uses pagination, the terms background color are also changed. So this is the UI of my flashcard page and flashcard details page. If user clicks on right arrow, the flashcard page is not moving because it is the last term of the flashcard. After viewing the flashcard details page, the user can also share the flashcard to someone else. So while clicking on the share button, the user will generate their URL for the flashcard, and user wants to copy. If the user wants to copy this URL, it will click on this copy button, and copy button will be icons used in this copy button are React icons. If the user clicks on this icon, the icon will also be changing. And user when click on the cross button, the model is opened and the model will be closed when click on the cross button. So the UI of this website is very good and user friendly. Now I have maintained the repository of this project as flashcard, and I have maintained the Git also. See, initialize project using create react app logo. I maintained the Git of this flashcard project. I maintained the GitHub repository and the Git logs of this project very clearly, so that if anyone can want my details flashcard projects, it can go through the commits added by Git. This repository will also used by render to render my web page and submit the hosted URL to you. I have used render. If you go through render.com, then it will show you how I rendered all the projects to the render.com, because it gives free hosting services to the students. Render is used to host the flashcard page. So flashcard page, the render uses from GitHub. It uploads the GitHub repository to render, and render will automatically build this file and creates a URL of the project. So if I click on the project, I will redirect it to my project, and this link also is shared by you, and this link is also shared to you, and this link also is responsive, and it is free for students for some extent. Now going to demonstrate you the project structure I have used to make this project. So my React project consists of node module, public folders and source folder. In public folder, the index.html is used to render all the web page. And in source folder, I have components folder, images folder and styles folder. In components folder, I have three components: create flashcard JS, flashcard details JS and my flashcard JS. The create flashcard JS shows the create flashcard page. Flashcard details page shows the flashcard details page. My flashcard JS page will show my flashcard cards, and images used in this web page is stored in this images folder, and this images folder will be imported in any of these JS files. And here in this upload folder, I have used API to submit the image to Cloudinary and fetch the image URL from the Cloudinary. So this Cloudinary function upload the image to Cloudinary and fetches his URL and decreases the size of the image. Upload Cloudinary upload function, we are also maintain our local storage. So that is the project, and I explain all the requirements and UI of the projects, and I also maintain the doc file which I have to submit explaining. In the create flashcard page, we have create flashcard module which is exported by default, and in this create flashcard page I have used navigate from use navigate to redirect or navigate with different URLs, and I have used useref file input so to indirectly trigger the input when I am clicked on edit button or delete button. I have also used term image ref for terms image edit and delete button, and status and set status use states are used for finding the status of the images. And one another function handle term image is initialized and set for indirectly triggering the input and select the file input. The handle term delete function is used for working of the delete icons used in the terms project, used in the flashcard projects. When user clicks on the delete icon, it runs the handle term delete function. This function this function nulls the value of the selected image and forced to reselect the image by the user. Values forming are initialized with values create group at description and group image. The terms values are stored as array of terms in which terms definition and image is initially null. We are running on submit when user clicks the submit button of the form. It uploads the image to the Cloudinary and get the image from the Cloudinary and paste it in the new flashcard object, and this object is stored in the local storage, and when the user go to my flashcard page, the component of the local storage are fetched by the .get local storage item. So that's how our project runs very perfectly. So this is my second module front end project, which is flashcard generator. Thank you for your patience.